Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. The NFL Draft is now behind us and it is time to start taking a look at the updated future odds now out across the globe. And LBH Sportsbook in Las Vegas has released their divisional future odds here for the NFL. We're taking an updated look at all the future odds across all 32 teams here this summer. And we're on the AFC South right now. We'll take a look at the champion of that division, the defending champion, Indianapolis Colts, who come in now at their Super Bowl price at a very high price, 20-1. Actually a team that you might be considering to win the Super Bowl, but I think the Colts might be in line for a little bit of a regression this season, even though I think they still have a lot of upside. Of course, the addition of Akeem Mix is going to make that offense really go even faster, especially if Reggie Wayne is ready to go, coming off of his ACL injury around midpoint last season. But 20-1 seems really optimistic about the Indianapolis Colts this season. I'm not quite sure I'm ready to really rely on them as a Super Bowl favorite type of team that's one of the top 10 Super Bowl favorites in the future odds right now from LVH. Same can be said, I think, about their AFC odds at 8-1. They're behind really only the Patriots and Broncos in some instances, and sometimes the Bengals, depending on which book you're looking at, to win the AFC this season. And even though I do think they have a chance of definitely locking up that division rather easily and rather early, I'm not quite sure if they're going to actually be able to compete with those said two teams. I think the AFC is really a two-team dominance conference this season, with everybody else very steep drop-off from 2 to 3 here. And at 8-1, even though that would be considered a pretty good odds favorite here to beat them, I'm not quite sure the Colts, like I said, have the defense to really go up against the Patriots or the Broncos in a playoff scenario. Their AFC South price, however, is at -120, just chalked up a little bit. I think that's pretty good value, even though I do think the Titans, with Jake Locker possibly coming back and playing well, and the Texans maybe even making a big jump, which a lot of people are seemingly predicting this season, could give them some trouble this season. I'm not quite sure. I still think the Colts are definitely the undisputed best team in this division. And even though I don't think I'm personally going to take the risk at -120, I wouldn't really fault anyone for wanting to. I just really in the mode of if I'm going to make a future odds wager, I better be getting big time odds here and not be laying points. I'm just not the type of person to take that kind of risk on a season-long bet in the NFL especially. So that'll do it for the Colts this time. Make sure you check out the rest of the AFC South as well as every other team in the NFL and all my updated future odds on them as well. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.